Hey everybody, I'm flipping this up upside down so you can see. I need to, this part of the face, the mouth, I need to push it back. So what I'm going to do is just put in some really light dots. Okay, hold on. Let's get some ink on this. There we go. So there we go. No! Why is this acting this way? There we go. There we go. So, okay guys. So last night was Shay's art auction. I didn't do as well as I was expecting. But the thing is I wasn't alone. There were other artists there that didn't do as well as they had expected or hoped to. I had like my first piece I didn't get any bids whatsoever, uh, and there were other people who also went up and uh, didn't get any bids, and they were great pieces. And the first piece I did was that Conan, or not that Conan piece, um, was Thundar the Barbarian. That was the piece, and didn't do well. So, and I only had it up for like $30 with the opening bid. Didn't do well. So, I shifted gears and I went to the Halloween stuff that I have that I'd done quite a few years back, and I did those did better, and I knew those would do better. So I should have done them right off the bat and then used that to then determine to see about doing the the Thundar piece. So plus also the Thundar piece, it wasn't a an action piece. It was more like a kind of like a slight like movie poster look to it. If you've seen my videos on that Thundar piece, you know what I'm talking about. So, and it's just a matter of just having to know what the audience is going to do. So it's just something to keep in mind for last time I did it. Where I did my best was when I put up my the Deadpool and the Batman face shots. So it comes down to you gotta do what you know is going to sell. And so moving forward, when I do superhero stuff, do the headshots, do those larger pieces that come matted, and then do characters that are popular, not your characters. I acknowledge, or numerous times that like I like to do the obscure characters. Not nobody's going to really go for the obscure stuff. You got to do Batman and Deadpool and Wolverine. So those will get you the the bids. So just gotta live and learn. So, but that that auction though, oh my god, it was so long. We didn't get done till like we started at 9. We didn't get done until like 1 o'clock. So not just everybody was tired. You could tell by everybody that everybody was just pooped and tired. But the thing is I felt better knowing that we didn't do well when they were telling us about how the 11 o'clock art stream didn't do well either. So it made me feel better that it wasn't just me and what I was putting out, it was the audience in general. And I understand that because, I mean, uh, things are tough. Things are getting tough with grocery bills and gas and just bills in general. I mean, everything's going up, but our incomes aren't going up. So it dips into what a person's going to spend their money on. So, but oh well. So now the next show is for comic books. There's a show local for us called the Carlisle Comic Con, and I am looking forward to that. It's unusual. Instead of doing a Saturday Sunday show, this is a Friday night Saturday show. which I was kind of like when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's smart. Do Friday night from like 6 to 9, then do like 9 to 6, I think it is, on Saturday, and not do a Sunday show at all, which makes sense because I know when I've done these local shows, you get a lot of people coming in on Saturday, and then you get it's a ghost town uh, on Sunday. And I know from talking to others and from when I've done these shows, you make all your money on Saturday, and Sunday you're sitting there doing nothing. So, and I know also because when I do go to these local shows as a fan, I've noticed that like I usually go on Sunday, and because the crowd's less. Plus, also, many times that's when vendors will have a they reduce their prices on books. Specifically, if they got the dollar bins, they'll have deals going on then at that point because they don't want to carry it out to the car. So I just noticed that. So, but this show, the artists in attendance of this show, the first artist that's in attendance is Ron Wilson. I'm looking forward to talking to him. I want to talk to him about how the professionals, many times when they're talking about comics, when they get into the era of the 70s, they lots of times mention Ron and how he's underappreciated for what he did during that time in comics. So I want to tell him that and suggest to him that if he wants to get on one of these shows, how Dennis and Andy would love to have him on his DNA show, which is a Wednesday show. Also, let him know that if he wants to do a draw stream show, Aaron Lepresti is always open to having professionals on his show. So I'm hoping that he will uh, consider those shows. So if anything, have him go on Dennis and Andy show first, and then from there he can ask them or talk to them about doing Aaron's show. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to spend some time talking to him there. Then Dave Sharp, he's the letterer. He did a lot of work for Marvel, and he's still doing work for DC. A lot of artists or creators still they like his work, like Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. They talk about how it's like, yeah, we love him. We try to use him as much as possible with our crowdfunding projects. Good, I want to hear that because I like his lettering. And Robert Venditti with the new venture he has, he's using him, so that's good. So I'm hoping that maybe Dave Sharp will have his new book through that venture available at his show. So, but he's a local guy. He used to live up in like the Long Island area, and now lives in this area. Uh, Definitely going to show him photographs of how we have our house decorated, and be like, "How do you have your house decorated?" So I know they like to have kind of like events on trick or treat night for when people come over. So talk to him about that. Talking about regular stuff, not comic book stuff. So, and then Mark McKenna. I used to see Mark McKenna at a lot of small shows. Haven't seen him in a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing him at this show. And uh, I always, whenever I talk about Mark McKenna, when he started getting into crowdfunding, he got into crowdfunding uh, before a lot of people did, and he crowdfunded his entire 4-issue series of Combat Jacks, and I I like that series a lot. It's cool because it's a sci-fi story, and part of the story is like space marines in the future with like spaceships, and the pumpkins are kind of like the aliens from the movie Aliens, and then we go flashbacks to the past, and it's all like B horror movie type stuff, which is very entertaining. I like it a lot, and I always push for his books. So if you go to his website or go to him on Twitter or on Facebook, he can make that book available for you to get. I advise everybody to check out his book, Combat Jacks. I enjoy it a lot. Uh, Another person she may not know of is there is a writer. He did sitcoms in Hollywood. He's from this Pennsylvania, Harrisburg area, and he does a series of comics based out of this area. His name's Darren Henry. He's got his book, The Blue Baron, and he's going to be at this show, and I'm looking forward because I'm hoping that he's going to have the fourth book in the Blue Baron series available. I hope so. Uh, he actually, when his Blue Baron book, it is the art is done by Ron Friends, who will also be in attendance. So I've gotten these books. I got the first one I got was they were doing a signing at the local comic book store that I go to, and I got Ron to sign it. Well, I like the Blue Baron. I've gotten issues 2 and 3, and I got the Heroes Union. But I've got to get. I want to not just have Darren sign these books, but also get Ron to sign them. So again, looking forward. And of course, also Ron Friends. Most all the books I have that he's signed for me were all Star Wars. So I'm looking forward to having him sign like Spider-Man's. There's an issue of Thor and a Avengers annual that he did that I want him to sign. So getting him to sign some of this other stuff, other than the Star Wars stuff he's done, looking forward. And plus also, uh, I'm hoping from talking to Darren and Ron, I'm hoping that when they start, if they continue doing the Blue Baron, is to for like give hints to Darren, like, hey, go through Harrisburg, take pictures of specific buildings, so that way when you have the Blue Baron fighting villains, that the background you can tell that it's actually a building in Harrisburg. That's something I learned from Alec Civic. He was once talking to someone at a show, and he was talking to them how like when you're doing comics, if it's in New York, you got to take some you got to look up reference of New York buildings, as opposed to if you're doing Chicago or Philadelphia. You can't just put a building in the background. You gotta use buildings that are unique to that city, so that way your audience knows, oh, this is Chicago because of the Sears Tower, because of this building. And you know it's Pittsburgh because of this building. Because Pittsburgh, if you look at it from a snapshot, it's easy for people to mistake uh, Pittsburgh as, when you draw it, as, oh, they're just doing Manhattan. They're doing the southern tip of Manhattan Island, when it's not. That's the reason why so many times when people do the Pittsburgh cityscape, they make certain to include the Steelers Stadium, this Pirates Stadium, because they're right there, close and visible to the downtown cityscape. So, but no, I'm just hoping, and then plus also, I mean, the perfect example is you have like Hershey Park right there, close to Harrisburg. That why not have the Blue Baron fighting a villain in Hershey Park? And if you're worried about uh, copyright issues, just simply in the narration put Hershey, Pennsylvania, at the park. You're not saying it's at Hershey Park. You're saying it's in Hershey, Pennsylvania, at the park. Okay, and then of course have them like fighting and flying into and destroying a roller coaster. You don't need to have it looking exactly like the Comet or the Super Duper Looper. But you have something in there to give people an idea of, oh, this is a roller coaster that you'd find at a park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. You kind of get what I'm saying. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to all these. And then the last person who's going to be there that I'm still on the fence. It all depends really on what his costs are. Is there's a guy by the name of Scott Leva. He is a stunt coordinator and a second unit director in Hollywood. He did he was he was the person dressed up as Spider-Man when they did that photograph cover. You know, they have him taking off his costume and the person in the background is taking a picture of him. He's going to be at that show. Am I going to have him sign that book? Depends how much he's going to charge. If he's going to charge a lot, no. If he's not going to charge a lot, maybe have it done. Why not? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the show. Like I said, I'm still on the fence as to whether we're going to go on Friday night or whether we're going to go on Saturday. So, but yeah, like I said, it's neat that they're doing it this way where it's like Friday night and Saturday only. I like the idea, and I hope they do well. If they do well, maybe other shows will start doing the same thing, and they will start having uh, their shows done this way. Because, like I said, I've noticed that many times Sunday is like dead uh, for most people when they do these shows. So, okay, let's see here. Yeah, I got to put some type of separation there. Yeah, it's looking good. So probably going to work on down here. Up here, I can make a mistake. Down here, I'm going to be much more accurate with it, with a blending. So, but yep. And actually, before I did this video, the girl that owns this cat, she came by. She wanted to see how it was coming along. She's very happy with how it's coming. I told her how the one area I need to really work on because you can see how the cat looks at you. Let me show the image I'm looking at using. So you see how we've got dark contrasts and shadows here and here, but it helps push the fact that it looks like the cat's smiling. I need to really focus on that. So if you notice how here, stark white, and then we have the cheek here, and then we've got the puffy, with the cheekbone here, and then the puffy cheek here. So I'm going to be very careful to how I'm going to do this to help push that smile look feel to the cat. So it's stressful. It's going to take me a while, but hey, like life, you just take it all one dot at a time.